Mustangs, it's Mr. Wormuth. This is Monday, April 13th, week 14, and this is the rundown for what you can expect this week. The first thing is, I need to tell you that the Hobbit essays are graded. Most of you did a really, really nice job with that. I really enjoyed reading them. Felt like we were doing something normal. What I tried to set up for you was a peer review. So if you want to help out your classmates, you can. I can already tell that a few of you have started that process, which is great. You don't have to. It's not an assignment. It's not required, but it's close to normal, and normal things are appreciated right now. So help each other out. You can interact with each other a little bit. Read each other's essays as you can. Do a couple. I think I assigned 5, anywhere from 3 to 5 to you. You don't have to do all 5. You don't have to do all 3. Just pick 1 or 2, or do all of them. It doesn't matter. But see if you can help someone out. If you don't receive any feedback from anyone other than me, again, it's not required, so it's probably going to happen to several of you out there. But I have at least extended the invitation to everybody. So good job on those essays. If you're going to make revisions, you need to do that this week and then resubmit by Friday. I think it's Friday this week. So let's go look at the weekly breakdown. I'm going to go to modules, just like usual. And then I'm going to click on, let's see, week 14. And before I click on the assignments page, just pointing out that I am moving things from week 13 and week 12 down as necessary. So like the reader's response, the document that shows you how to type up that essay, that's going to be, I'm going to try to keep that current with our week, but it's always available on the website somewhere, just so you see it and it's kind of in front of you. Al Capone does my shirts. The link to the book, I'm going to keep that in our current week as well. So you can click on that anytime. And then also the reading schedule. Okay. There'll be a new reading schedule coming to you at the end of next week, I think. So that's for next week. But let's click on the rundown of assignments, the RL assignments, week 14. Let's see. So we only meet one day this week, technically, only one gray day, but you need to read everything. Always read the entire week's reminders and assignments. So treat blue days or navy days, whatever the color is, as a reminder day. So that's what I'm trying to set this up as. Did you submit your book idea for the reader's response writing? Some people have been confused about this, but I think most of you have it. The idea is that instead of AR, you're going to read one book of your choice, whether that's Al Capone Does My Shirts. You could do this response writing on The Hobbit. I don't think anyone has volunteered to do that yet, or pick something completely different. And most of you are picking something completely different, which is fine. Click here if you need to submit your idea. Most of you, I think, have submitted your ideas, but there's still several, probably about 10 that need to. So that's due this week. If you looked at the reader's response essay requirements yet, so that's this link here. It's the same link that was on the modules breakdown for the week. If you click on this link, it'll show you exactly what you're going to produce for me. It's not a simple, this book is about this, for one page, you turn it in. There are 6 different categories that you have to address. One is a summary. You talk about a specific theme in the story. You give me examples of figurative language. You give me examples of vocabulary words or difficult, challenging words. Make sure you know what you're writing. And then the reminder, have you started reading Al Capone Does My Shirts yet? So on Friday, you were supposed to read, let's see, 1 and 2, or was that for today? That may have been for today. And then for tomorrow, Tuesday, even though it's not a school day, technically, in order to get through the novel, we have to read and keep a decent pace, is chapter 3 and then chapter 4 for Wednesday. Okay, so this reminder, this last one says that, let's see, nope, that's about the Hobbit essays. This reminder, it was the one before, you should be through chapter 4 for, it says tomorrow, but I'll change that to Wednesday. All right, so Wednesday is a great day. Wednesday is our actual day. Please don't feel like we're doing nothing but reading the story, but I'll try to slip some things in as we can. But for now, let's just read the novel and we'll talk about it as we can. So we're going to do a reading check where it says click here. I'll open that up on Wednesday. There is no password. You just take it. It's timed, which means you have 5 minutes to complete it. It's just 5 questions like you've seen in the past with Hobbit or what did we do before the Hobbit? Was it Call of the Wild? Maybe Call of the Wild. It's a little quiz. That's all it is, but it's timed. So you can't sit there with the quiz open for an hour and thumb through the pages and find all the answers. Keep up with the reading. Do your best with that. And then take these reading checks as we go along. I don't know if I'll make one for every grade A. I may have mentioned that last week. We'll just see how this first one goes. It's set up so that you have to take it on Wednesday, and then it closes Wednesday or by Friday. But the expectation is that you will take it on Wednesday, April 15th. Okay. What else? What else? What else? I think that's it. In terms of discussing the story, I'm not going to do that here because the videos will be really long. But there is a discussion set up, kind of like we did for The Hobbit earlier, which was great. Thank you for everyone who participated. I really appreciate it. For Al Capone, I'm going to require it. So you need to make at least one post in either discussion that I've already put out there. Just chime in. Just say something. It's worth 5 points just to kind of keep us together and moving and discussing things. Okay. And the last thing for our Grade A Wednesday, there's a link here. I don't think it's very long, 7 or 8 minutes. It's a video about kids that actually grew up on Alcatraz, just like the kids in Al Capone Does My Shirts. So pretty interesting. I thought it was really cool. I'd never seen that one before. I found it last week. So you're welcome to watch that if you want. Friday, April 17th, just reminders. Keep reading your book, whatever your book is, whether it's Al Capone or you're doing another book for the reader's response. Keep reading. There's lots of time to read right now, which is great. Be prepared for another reading check on Monday. I'm not going to swear to it, but probably, maybe. I think that would be a good time to do it on Monday. And then the Hobbit essay revisions are due today on Friday. So please make sure that you only resubmit if you've made changes, you've made revisions. Don't just resubmit the same essay because I don't want to regrade the same thing. You're not getting any more points anyway. That's it. You're doing a great job asking questions and emailing me when you have questions. I appreciate that. Keep that up. If you're missing anything, if you haven't turned something in like the Alcatraz responses from last week, please make sure that you do that. This is a totally different setup than we're used to. I can't see you in person and remind you and hound you. So a lot of this is going to be on you being responsible and turning your stuff in. If you're missing things, we're trying to give you a window in order to turn those things in. For example, the missing Alcatraz responses. Those were due last Monday, I believe. So today, Monday, I can put in zeros, and that's going to hurt your grades. Please don't force me to put zeros in because you're not doing your work. It's easy stuff. Everything we're doing is really easy stuff. Enjoy the book. If you have questions, ask, and we'll talk to you next week.